Good morning, dear well-wishers of Symbiosis Law School Pune, the parents, the students who might be connecting to us for this webinar. Welcome to each and every one of you. I am Dr. Shashikala Gurupur. I am the director of the Symbiosis Law School Pune, and I am also the Dean Faculty of Law, Symbiosis International University. As you all are aware, under the Faculty of Law, we have got this institute which started in 1977, and because of the demand and the name it made for itself, we had to create another law school in Noida, where also we have good number of applications and good students and achievements to the credit of the law school. We have the third one in Hyderabad, which came up in 2014, which is doing equally well. Fourth one is on the anvil in Nagpur. So I welcome each and every one of you to this glorious footprints of Symbiosis Law School Pune and Symbiosis Law School genre in the legal education landscape of India. You would see the first slide there, where we believe that doing good is to do well, in the sense that because we are doing good to the society, alongside preparing students to face the challenges of the emerging global and national scenario, we also do well, we also do good to the deprived communities, the so-called vulnerable communities in Pune and around the law school, maybe in the prison or in the red light area, or in cases of those needy, vulnerable sections of the society. We reiterate the vision of the university, which talks about promoting international understanding through quality education. That's because it is international university and started as the dream of Dr. Mazumdar in creating a symbiotic union between international students who were then neglected in the early 70s in Pune and the students of India. Now that again developed into first institute which was teaching English language, and the very first higher education institution which was created under the banner was the law school. So there is a very close nexus between the theme of the law school and legal education, namely justice, and the way in which symbiosis evolved. Therefore, the vision of the law school also is exemplifying this idea of promoting international understanding through quality legal education and research, combining care, courage, competence and collaboration. Now this spirit is evident in the law school. A brief introduction of myself, because I'm speaking to you and I'm also representing the team of this law school, and speaking on behalf of the management of the parent body, namely Symbiosis, which is managing this institute, through the Symbiosis International University, which is also setting very high standards in higher education. We have 7 faculties in the university, and the Faculty of Law is the one which connects to Symbiosis Law School. My background has been of a very strong academic orientation with specialization in international law, alongside strong oratory or public speaking and presentations, taking leadership roles. I have experience in teaching, in research and also in industry. For almost 3 years, I led the administration and HR department of a multinational healthcare conglomerate in Abu Dhabi. Aside from that, I have taught in Ireland in capacity of a law teacher, where I got exposure to Erasmus Mundus and other kinds of great initiatives, and working with the faculty who had done their LLM and PhD from Ivy League University. Aside from that, I was also co-director of a non-governmental organization which was working for the protection of women victims of domestic violence and human rights violations in my hometown in Mangalore for almost 3 years. My teaching has had a wide-ranging genre, not only in law, but also as a teacher, as a trainer, as a coach, and also as a group leader, and aside from having many other communication credentials like Toastmasters. So you will see my engagement of legal education, teaching and research in international law predominantly, within which human rights jurisprudence, legal education, legal research, innovation law, because I'm a science graduate, media law, and comparative law and global justice. Now, you would see the track record in terms of the outcome of my work, with 24 years of teaching and research experience, having guided 12 PhD and 60 master's students, 2 books, 66 articles and 6 book chapters as publication. Of course, this will become 7th because recently Sage publication on Media Handbook for India contained my article. And I have been a listed author in Kannada literature in 1995 and 2007, besides my long-term engagement with radio. I've been on the editorials, I've earned international fellowships like the British Government Fellowship, the AHRV, in 2003, Fulbright Nehru in 2011, and a leadership role in the global audience body, the IALS, and I've also been listed in the 100 Legal Luminaries of India book, along with some of the noted legal educationists, lawyers and judges. So that's a brief introduction. Now let me introduce you to the vast life of Symbiosis Law School Pune, for which you are aspirants in terms of joining. Consistently, this law school has been ranked among the top 10, and it is consistently ranked as the topmost private law school and topmost law school in the western region. So our hallmark is combining excellence in legal education with institutional social responsibility. The evidence of this is clear in the first Herbert Smith Freehills Community Engagement Award which we won. We believe in doing good because through this award we were able to be identified by HSF as the institute which they chose for their legal education training in terms of preparing lawyers for job readiness, and we were privileged to host students from across India from many leading law schools along with our students in this learning initiative of HSF, where Oxford University's Law Dean, Professor Timothy Endicott, along with India head of HSF, Chris Parsons, imparted this training. I must tell you that the award money was invested in the well-being of the women prisoners of Erwada prison, and also it went to the corpus of Community Legal Service Initiative, which we have under the Community Extension and Outreach Program of Symbiosis International University. I invite your attention to this video for a couple of minutes, please. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm sure that you would have seen the kind of work that our students and our faculty, along with the community legal resources which we have drawn from the community of lawyers and retired judges and other experts, have been rendering. There are the snapshots in the still form in this slide where you will see how students conduct the legal aid camp after doing door-to-door survey and finding the legal needs of the community, and then how they are also engaged in using street plays in creating legal literacy or awareness, and how a permanent legal aid clinic for the first time was inaugurated in the Pirangood Clinic under the leadership of Dr. N.R. Madhav Menon, the father of National Law School movement in India, and also the Yerwada Central Prisons snapshots. Now, you will also see the evidence of our excellence in terms of media reflections in the consistent ranking evidences, the awards that our students got at the national level, not only in mooting but also in counseling, our out-of-class learning, beyond classroom learning evidence in the form of Bhanu Pratap Mehta's lecture, and also engagement of students in learning about environment by tree plantation drive, and many of the judges and others who have used Symbiosis Law School Forum to create national public opinion. Now, you see the evidences of how students engage in mooting and also the award. You will have this snapshot of one of our students who became perfect civil servant at a very young age. So cracking the civil service examination is something that our old student Noor Shergill has achieved, who is the Assistant Director in Indian Corporate Law Service. So this snapshot is a news item which you would have seen.
It is there on the browser.
Okay. So let me take you through the fact sheet. This fact sheet has got 4 important points. One is which are the various programs that we offer. The program that our students who are waiting there, or the parents whose wards have just finished 12th standards, are greeted with this BA LLB Honours program and BBA LLB Honours program. Over the years, although we receive more applications in BA LLB Honours program because that's a common program across lead law schools in India, the BBA LLB Honours program is the unique hallmark of our law school. We were the pioneers in launching this program along with the National Law University, Jodhpur. Now this program is something where our cutting edge strengths as one of the universities which has flagship management institute and a host of excellent management institutes specializing in certain areas of management, and it is an interdisciplinary program. We just revived our 3-year LLB program. In fact, our law school started with 3-year LLB program. However, with the onset of Bar Council's initiatives in 5-year LLB program, with the Advocate Ram Jethmalani and others at the helm, took Symbiosis to be one of the first law schools to start the 5-year LLB program. So we just discontinued that program. However, there is a rising demand for engineering and other medical and other graduates to get a serious 3-year LLB program. So we revived this program 3 years ago, and some of the products of this program have done exceedingly well by getting admission to top class universities in Europe for master's program and also getting very good jobs in law firms as well as corporate sector. 1-year LLM program with its 7 specialization has also been a very successful program in terms of creating academics, judicial officers and legal experts. 7 diploma programs in niche areas such as international corporate and business law, IP law, alternative dispute resolution mechanisms, and medical law and jurisprudence, as well as media law, have received a lot of acceptance in the Pune community from students from other law schools who need a Symbiosis brand in the kind of CV that they develop for themselves. This one certificate program also, although it looks like a loner, is the certificate program which is very, very unique. It's a certificate program in European Union Legal Studies, which was started in 2010. In last 8 years, it has been so successful, along with the Erasmus Mundus partnership, that we received a second Erasmus Mundus grant recently, which will last for another 3 years, being able to pull in a lot of European experts. As on now, we have got European Parliament's anti-trafficking expert committee's head, Dr. Mulali here, who is also the member of Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague. So this is the way in which European Union legal studies is very unique, and adding to the strength of comparative law and international curriculum in the undergraduate as well as postgraduate courses across the board within the law school. I must also show you the second important point. On the current point of academic excellence, my colleague on my right, Dr. Bindu Ronald, will further elaborate when her turn comes after my elaboration. Our student strength is almost 1,948, of which part-time diploma students are 199. Rest are all undergraduate, postgraduate students, and we also have PhD scholars who are pursuing full-time PhD and also are engaging in the academic life of the institute. Our research evidences are 380 publications in the last 8 years, which includes a substantial number of Scopus publications also, international institutionalization of advanced study and research through the Symbiosis Center for Advanced Legal Studies, are 2 journals which are published with LexisNexis. Now, our internationalization is a 12-point comprehensive internationalization in which you will see collaboration as a point, curricula as a point, faculty exchange, full-time international faculty appointment, exclusive clinical legal course where mooting and writing are driven into student minds in the very first semester by an expert United States faculty whom we fly here. Then we have the joint research and teaching engagement across the world, and foreign faculty coming and engaging here through the International Association of Law School and other networks. Student exchange programs, student learning and research collaboration with the delegations coming from different countries and our student delegations going to different universities abroad. Incorporation of Model United Nations and International Criminal Code component into the assessment, learning, etc. Internships in foreign Supreme Courts, foreign organizations, international criminal courts in Rwanda, United Arab Emirates engagements, upcoming GCC and Africa engagements are some of the evidences. Some of the students have been lucky enough to get appointments in Singapore, Dubai. Some of them are working abroad as well. Some have qualified as attorneys abroad. I'll show you the evidences. And recently, we have had 3 students from the current batch getting admission in Oxbridge universities. And we are also going to have many more coming up in some of the Ivy League. The 12-point which I showed you, some of the evidences you will see in this slide, right from British Council on top to the delegation coming through British Council of different British universities. And we also have the Irish professor and others assisting in various programs. You would also see that we bidded to become the venue of International Association of Law Schools Global Law Deans Meet, and it was conducted very successfully in November. If you go through the YouTube clippings, you will see what quality of discussion was continued on principles and strategies on improving legal education globally. Our law school has become the historic site facilitating such discussion and receiving a lot of applause for the way in which it was conducted and the discussions were undertaken. Student exchange. If you students join us, these are the kinds of opportunities that you will have. You see there how our students are who had gone for summer program are seen along with their mentors in Switzerland, in the Geneva office actually of United Nations. Students went to Leiden University, Leibniz University, Dauphine. So most of them have been to European Union's various law schools and various summer programs. Academics and quality in our law school are ensured by incorporation of certain innovative practices and best practices. They are in 2 areas. One is in the learning area, teaching learning area. The other is in the support systems and student care, because we believe quality is synonymous with the student satisfaction. So we have students being encouraged to achieve higher benchmarks or raise the bar in their academic performance, in their overall development. They are supported if there is any crisis of legal or healthcare type placement training. We also offer entrepreneurship skills to students. We have created at least on an average of 4 to 5 entrepreneurs in every passing out batch. Our teaching learning is strengthened, among other things, by incorporation of ethics and skills in a very healthy mix, team teaching as the best practice, floating credits where students get to opt for at least 12 credits based on service learning, international or global immersion program, and credits they opt from Technology Institute or Media Institute or Liberal Arts or from Business Institute. Clinical legal skills are imparted in a progressive manner in a very well structured curriculum and assessment practice. You would see that teaching learning in Symbiosis Law School is highly innovative, where the entire practice is focused on student centricity. So teachers respond to diverse kind of learning needs in designing their teaching as well as assessment. We use seminars, presentation, group discussion, round robin, etc., what I have listed on the left side. And we have add-on courses, research avenues, moods. A student does on an average of 5 moods and 2 mock trials during the life cycle in this law school. So no student can afford to be silent if they join Symbiosis Law School. They will be able to stand up and speak, which is their hallmark of a lawyer. Learning beyond classroom initiatives have certain examples in this slide of our public lectures, of the Law Day celebration, of our engagement in public causes, and this unique idea of our Chancellor, the Law Theatre, where the combination of historic cases in the theatrical form being depicted by students. Our learning enrichment is by experts who visit our campuses in various occasions, either through their lectures or engagement as judges or as advisors or being on the board of studies. You see the eminent 2 stalwarts who always had difference of opinion on legal education, Professor Upendra Bakshi and Madhav Menon, sitting on the same panel of this college's expertise. Hosting national and international competition has been another initiative where students learn in multiple ways, the team building, the leadership, they sharpen their skills, they facilitate, they bring judges, and they also design problems, they oversee evaluation. Symbiosis Law School Pune itself has designed the alternative International Criminal Trial Advocacy Moot, which has entered its 3rd edition this year, greeting more than 8 international law schools to come and participate. Student achievements include the Global Rounds admission in Philip Jessup for the 2nd time, and Stetson Environmental Law Moot also for the 2nd time, and this time we have clinched a historic achievement of our student achieving the Best Oralist Award in the World Rounds. Our student achievements are evident in these clippings at the national level, at the international level, at the SARC level. We have had not only this, but research competition, the governance-related planning competition, which is won by our students on the theme of expediting justice through means of technology, a competition announced by the by the Chief Minister of Maharashtra through IIT Power. Our students have also won the National Law Reform competition for the Uniform Civil Code, which is under debate and consideration by Government of India. Our students made the presentation on adoption laws. Aside from that, our research studies have won award in IIT Delhi, in the Moot Premier League, which is one of the evaluative platform for evaluating moot performance across the country. We have consistently been on the top 5. Last year we were the toppers. This year we are 2nd. We are running 2nd to National Law School Bangalore, rubbing closely. And we have certain glimpses here of eminent law professors who have come here and taught, including Barrister Chris Gledhill, who has come all the way from New Zealand, and our law school is a participant in his human rights initiative across the globe. We have student competitions where we identify orators through the Nani Palkiwala competition. This is one of another important achievement of our law school. We run the cultural festival Simbo, which has branded itself as one of the lead law festivals in the country. And we have the in-house version which picks talents to run this national version. We also have had recently the inaugural of Simbo being done by the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and we have also had the Herbert Smith Freehills training program, among many other grand events that you will see, the NHRC facilitated training program, the European Union Film Festival, among many things. I would like to invite your attention to the huge investment that we make, nearly to the tune of 1 crore a year on our learning resources, which are fundamentally IT driven, but are also rich with various kinds of material. We are on the web link network of Supreme Court, of Indian Law Institute, of global networks, British Library, American Library, to mention a few. Advanced Legal Research and Legal Studies Center, which now will take shape as Universities Institute, consolidates our Advanced Legal Studies program, consolidation of consultation, outreach, research and publication, and specialization across the board, across programs. Now, research outcomes are evident in this slide, in the variety and in large numbers. The student research also is adding in a big way. So our students get encouraged to research right from the first year. First year students present at least 3 to 4 papers in various conferences along with the faculty. Simba Festival, which I mentioned, you can see the snapshots, how rich and how encouraging it is. This year we had Farhan Akhtar as a pro-night artist. We have had the Gandhi trial being enacted by our students, Indian witch hunting trial based on Supreme Court cases. And this year, we have had it based on Buddhadev Karmaskar trial on the plight of sex workers in India. Student progression and quest for excellence is something that I would like to show you. Already we have spoken enough, but I would like to just introduce how a robust feedback mechanism and internal quality assurance mechanism is based on day-to-day, weekly, monthly, midterm, and term-end kind of quality audit mechanisms. Students have open access to the director of the institute, and there are various communication channels such as text messages, email, etc. And parents can observe the performance as well as attendance and behavioral dimensions of students through the faculty mentors and also by the IT learning management system which enables the access. Student support system begins from induction in a very elaborate way, not only to the law school but to the life of a law professional, career counseling, mentoring, resume writing workshop and other kinds of systematically developed skills. My colleague Dr. Garima Pal on my extreme left is going to highlight more about how we make students job ready. Student Advisory Board is a body of students which works closely with the governance team of the institute in the form of committees, membership and also in the form of independent cells, and these align neatly with the governance system to ensure student satisfaction. This is very important hallmark of any private law school that we have had in the country, that in last 8 years we have disbursed about more than 2 crore rupees in the form of various private and government scholarships alongside Symbiosis International Universities and Symbiosis Foundation Scholarship for merit students. We have had the outcome in this form. Our first batch PhD, full-time PhD student, PhD fellow, Dr. Chaitra, was Pavte Fellow in Cambridge University, and this is what she had to say, that this is the place where she found her calling. We have had one of our students going as student of Masters in New York and also ending up as attorney in New York. Our world-class impact is not only evident in creating students to be eligible to compete with global population in lead jobs and universities, but also in terms of an experience of people who visit here. The eminent people like Judge Dermot O'Scanlan had to say this is an excellent organization and wonderful student support. General Meston, who is the top army officer, he said that this place is simply wonderful. So also one of our students who is the associate in J. Sagar Associate said that his participation in Stetson Mood, among many other things, he was also the Student Advisory Board Vice President, made him to have a perfect honing ground. Now outcome is also evident in number of careers. The possibility for Symbiosis Law School graduate is one of the 13 different career options. Now these are either done in sequence or they are chosen by students while planning as Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. We have produced 3 High Court judges, 4th one is on the anvil, 30 lower court judges across Gujarat, Assam, Maharashtra, partners in lead law firms, business and art and social entrepreneurs, content writers, journal editors, in-house counsels, attorneys, solicitors abroad, recruited in top law firms, law clerks with Supreme Court and various High Courts, L&T Division, Indian Law Service, L&T Division is Ministry of External Affairs, Legal and Treaty Division, administrators, personnel and HR specialists, government leaders, prosecutors, law officers in CBI and other bodies, leadership positions, academics and researchers. Within our law school itself, about 20% of our academics are our own alumni, including both the deputy directors, Atmaram and Dr. Bindu. Now, If you see last year's job readiness figure, which you call usually as placement, we lawyers should not use the word placement because ours is a profession. So job readiness or profession readiness shows that 20% of outcome has been gearing towards corporate sector, 44% in law firm, which means litigation and law career is a very strong focus. Pure litigation because of family and other reasons are 7% and in-house law is 29%. So that diversity is very clear to you. Because to become judges you have to put in at least few years of law practice, to become in-house counsels also. So when they are released from the college, they are so well job ready. Our industrial